flex, fresh, 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 flex, fresh, Helmets, left, kawit ka best.
I was waiting for something, but oh well. Is my sound working? It's working. Okay. I was waiting for something. So oh well. Oh well. I don't care. I don't care. You have to wait. So you have to wait. So oh well. Welcome to the Shine Everywhere show. I'm late and I don't care. So it is what it is. Welcome everyone to the show. We're gonna kiki like we always do. I love you all. I couldn't find my hat. That's one of the main things I was looking for. I was like, where's my hat? So your hair flip. So I had to get that together. So we came over here to talk about shout out to Nosey Heaux Live and Nicki Minaj Gone Girl and the lawsuit. Okay, we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about Trans Reno over there calling Larry gay. You, Larry Reid showed up once again. Y'all know Trans Reno the outer. Trans Reno the outer. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, her outing people. Tasha love the gays. So here flip. So we're gonna talk about that. And what else we're gonna talk about? We're going to talk about what's this type of thing? Oh, the trans to get dethroned. And I feel like trans girl, are you in your feet, girl? Are you in your feet, girl? Because you're not, you're no longer the only one infamous on YouTube for being sued, girl. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? I'm gonna be the only one with a lawsuit. Hair flip. So Carter said she take houses in Trans I don't just take cash, I take homes too. So I'm here flip get with that. Well, I'm not talking about her going to Africa because the little video that I just dropped, if you go look under it, that's why I say exclusive, because it is. Trans even herself came underneath the video and said that she's glad to still some smart people out here in the world. So like I said, she ain't moved to no damn Africa. So y'all can list it if y'all want to. Oh well. Here flip when she show y'all her new house in Miami or wherever she moved to don't come over here like Sean, you said I don't need validation. I am validation. So yeah, I don't need anything. Keep it hair flip. So let's get into it. Why not? So Trans out here with these feet. Deciding to get into stuff once again. Now, y'all shout out Larry King. Y'all know Larry King. Larry Reid. Y'all, I don't have a problem with Larry Reid. Shout out to Larry Reid. But Trans out here with these feet. Okay. Now, Larry Reid is gay. Okay. He told me. Trans Okay. I'm Tasha K. Okay. Would I lie to you? Hit your wine glass. I would not. Okay? Now, Larry Reid. It's a big old flaming gay. Okay? Okay? He's done sat on top of Pink. Okay? He's at an eggplant inside of him. Okay? I'm Tasha K. I will not lie about this. Okay? So from now on, just know that he's gay. Gay. So Trans said that Larry Reid is gay, y'all. So hair flip, because she always tells the truth. She always tells the truth. Is that why she won that lawsuit? Oh, she didn't. So hair flip. So she ripping and running around here with these damn feet and these damn shoes, running around here saying that Larry of the Reid is homosexual. Okay? He swims in the sausage pond. There's always a sausage party. Okay? Wherever Larry Reid is, it's on Pena, is what she was saying. She said he was Tyler Perrying the situation. Take it how you want it. Okay? He was Tyler Perrying the situation over there. Okay? Now, allegedly, Trans sat over there and told their Fish King Payne, absolutely, shout out to Happy Love. She said, Sue and Nosey and not Jen speaks volumes. We know who she can't go after. Shout out to you for the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. We'll get into that. So Transmina Kibi allegedly, when told the official campaign that Larry Reid and Conscious TV were gay together. And all of this stuff, right? And then his chef is gay. I know because I had him first. Okay, I'm Tasha K. So girl, so she was just saying like everything around him is gay. He's gay because everything around him is okay. And he told me that he bounced on peen. He told me that he had it in his mouth and balls, okay, in his mouth. All right. So we all supposed to just believe her, okay, because she ain't come forward to say it again. Remember, she was gonna have King Payne speak vicariously through her. Okay, I'm gonna give you everything you need to go forward with this exclusive to help me with my exclusive. Okay, because Tasha got an exclusive allegedly and some whatever. Although she over there chopping up clips of Larry Reid, knowing he ain't said what he said when he said it. He ain't said it like that girl. They done sat over there and did the remix with Larry Reid's lives and taking his words, Lord, and not making them right, Lord. Okay, that she was twisting the word of the Lord of the man that's trying to get the Lord of the man in the word. Okay, that's what happened, and that wasn't true. That wasn't true because Transmina Kibi was just sitting over there slicing and dicing the clips. I'm like, Transmina girl, you're supposed to, girl, you and them feet supposed to be at least 300 feet away from Larry and his house. Girl, you and these damn feet. So Tasha and these roach killers decide to tell y'all that, well, my fault, the Fish King Payne. And the Fish King Payne was supposed to come forward and tell us. But the Fish King Payne decided not to go forward with it, right? Because I guess certain people call him and, they got the jump on the story or whatever. And certain people call Fish King Payne. I guess he ended up not going forward with the story, right? So that annoyed Tasha. Because Tasha's like, no. Oh, no, you didn't. King Payne. No, you didn't. He was supposed to go tell everybody. Because then I was supposed to run forward and other people, we all supposed to get together and be like, oh, Lord, Larry gay. Oh, did y'all know that? Blah, blah, blah. And we was all supposed to do that. After King Payne came and told us, because then that would have gave more validity to her going over her app, saying certain things about Larry Reid and his sexuality, which ain't got nothing to do with nothing, okay? And then she said this man is over there stealing, and stuff like that, buying his baby mama bags, all that. It's like, Tasha, girl. Tasha, girl. So, hair flip. So, with all of that going on, that's a lot. So, Tasha takes all this information, long story short. Tasha takes information about Larry Reid, gives it to Fish King Payne. Fish King Payne was supposed to go live with it, but he didn't. Okay. All right. Okay. So after that, him and Tasha, Larry Reid, whatever reason they decided, we're not going to speak anymore. We're done. After that, now all of a sudden Tasha on her app and her team is dropping really shady things, about Larry Reid on like Instagram, and stuff like that, especially about his sexuality, right? Not really about stealing the money. She ain't got no receipts on that. These allegations. Okay, she ain't got no receipts, on that. Okay, but still at the same time, she need to run this narrative. She has a narrative to push. He is gay, and everyone needs to be going around saying it. Okay, he's a gay thief. Okay, he's a gay burglar. Okay, so here flip. So she needed all of us going around saying that so that she could drop her little like exclusive or whatever, whatever she did on her app, which was dry, and nobody did it, so she had to do it on her own. She had to, bring him to the fire herself instead of other people saying it first, and then she gets to come forward and blame it on other people. Like, nah, girl, if you gonna say something like that about Larry Reid, Tasha, your friend, then you need to say it on your own, And I'm glad that King Payne didn't say anything because that's between them. If Tasha feels some type of way about Larry feels some type of way about Tasha, let them handle it. Like, I would stay as far away from him as possible. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm good. Y'all take care of this. I don't want to hear this. Y'all friends, so y'all handle it. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. And so I'm glad King Payne stayed out of it. But it still didn't keep Tasha from being upset. Tasha's pressed with Larry Reid. Why? I don't know, because Larry Reid, he don't know. He don't know either. But Larry Reid did say that he's going to sue trans Rena Kibi if she keep going forward talking about this man and his finances and what he's doing, what the donations that are coming in and whatnot, what he's doing with the church. And she needs to stop doing that. You need to stop trying to blur the lines, and stuff like that. Cut it out, because this is my life, my livelihood, my church, all of this stuff that you're affecting when you're saying these crazy things. Why are you saying them? I don't know. But if you keep it up, I'm gonna sue you. It's gross. It's that simple. So yeah, so that's pretty much what's going down with that. I think I did a good job explaining it. Absolutely. So let's get into because I don't have anything to say about that. I mean, if you link up with Tasha K, there's certain energy that's going to come from it. Cancel. There's certain energy that's going to come from it. It is what it is. It could be good. It could be bad. I mean, I guess it just depends on who you are. But if you choose to deal with her, what comes your way comes your way. If you see the good in people until they do something bad to you, I feel like that speaks more about you than it does them. Because that's what I'm getting from it. With somebody like Larry Reid, I would think that he would know better. I mean, don't people come to him for like counsel on situations like this? So it's like, if you see a person doing a bunch of stuff or going against a lot of people turning on them turning on people, if you see a lot of that going on, then that means that you could be next. No one's exempt, from it. So if you keep dealing with a certain energy because it's not happening to you, and then it happens to you, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I mean, I just feel like you should have separated yourself a long time ago if you saw certain things, is all I'm saying. Because if Tasha was around Larry, it was for a reason. I mean, whether they were using each other or whatever. I don't know. I know both of them, I believe, have interviewed each other on each other's channels, and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was just a relationship of we take from, we give and take from each other. I don't know what that was. But I mean, to say that somebody's your friend, when you fall out with people, Tasha falls out with plenty of friends in her actuality, like her real life friends that she physically sees. She falls out with those people too. She's not online cussing them out. She's not online spreading her dirty secrets and stuff like that, because she don't really view y'all as like her actual friends. Like, why? Like, we're cool. We do some of the same things. That's how she view y'all. If there's a moment in time to where she could access you when you have certain information that may be useful to her, she'll do it. The same thing, you'll do the same thing, because I'm sure some of y'all contact her too, for certain information, stuff like that. So, I mean, I feel like you get what you give, I don't know. I choose not to deal with people that I feel like don't care about people. If I see that you chopping everybody else down like that, then that means that these people don't matter to you. So, like, people in Tasha's real life, she ain't about to come live cussing them out, stuff like that, because they actually matter to her. These people on YouTube, they do not care. Oh, Lord. Girl, Lord, she at my house. Lord, she at my house. Now, Sean, I'm flattered. Dethroned. Yeah, I said dethroned, trans Rena. Dethroned. And every live on YouTube has my name. But did you say every? Every? I wouldn't say every, girl. Including your last two and the next two. You can talk about me, Tasha. Girl, you don't want to. Stop acting like you can't talk about me, trans Rena. You absolutely can. You can. I mean, you done doxed me. You done got a PI for me. All of that, girl. Trust me. I am just as flattered, girl. I am just as flattered, girl. Just as flattered. You ain't saying number the word. I am just as flattered, girl. Hair flip. I am just as flattered, girl. So, I mean, it is what it is. And the next two might have it too. You can push out every way, all of them through you is naive. You choose not to. I guess I don't matter to you yet. I mean, I guess I don't matter to you yet. So, I mean, one day when I do, I'm sure you will, but you can go right ahead. Mm-hmm. I don't come in your chat and say anything. That's not bad of a business I am. Girl, I can't tell you what you're doing over there on your channel. I have no idea. So I am just as flattered, but go on, girl. Go on, trans Rena, keep it, girl. Stick around because I'm about to dog you tomorrow. I'm going to rush you in them shoes a little bit more. But stick around, girl. Stick around, girl. But like I said, trans Rena, before I was really interrupted, Trans Rena don't go live talking about her friends and her actuality. Larry, she does not do that. So that means that you don't matter. You never did. So, and to see her fall out with other people and other people fall out with her, she turned on people, people turn on her. I mean, what made you think you were so special? Like that's just how I feel. With Tasha K, you get what you get. It is what it is. You get what you get. You're bad. That's all. Tasha K never burned me because I never been around her. Like there's, she don't like me, I don't like her, that's what it is. It's that simple. But I don't bother her. And she don't be bothering me. I talk about her, yes, and she can talk about me. She can. She chooses not to. That's fine. Girl, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You can talk about me. Did I ever say you couldn't, girl? Yeah, I'm not that vain. Yeah, I expect to be discussed because I discuss people. So I mean, it's what it is. But she don't do that to her real friends. So you were never that, Larry. So everything Tasha's doing to you, she's done it to other people just in different ways. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to you, Larry, because you said you still love her. Tasha, he still love you, girl. So yeah, Tasha, he said he still love you. Wow. But he said he still love you. He said he still love you. Girl, stop lying about Africa. Girl, you over there polluting the people's water and stuff. Girl, stop lying about Africa. I'm making my rounds from Africa headed to another line. Girl, who's? Now sit your ass down. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You is not going nowhere. And don't be down there scratching or nothing down there. Now, Africa ain't really got no monkeypox and none of that stuff, Trans Rena. Don't you go down there, girl. Now, if you getting your hair braided, while you're down there, since you're here, are you getting them braids again? You get some micro? Girl, hurry up. Hurry up. You still here. You don't want to wear it. Clearly you want to talk. Clearly you want to talk. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Lonely. Girl, you got with a wily storm, all of that girl inside out. You looking for friends, girl. You just got, but you don't even like the gays. Remember how you said that you don't like the gays, but Tasha, you real wishy-washy, girl. Because remember when you said this about Horty? Hold on. Let me pull up your best friend. Girl, let me pull up your best friend. What you say about your friend, girl? Hold on. Ooh, not that. Ugh. Not that. Not you challenging your friend to a match. Not that. What you say to your friend, girl? Remember what you said to Cardi? Hold on. What did you say? We gotta find it. Boom, right there. What you say to your friend, girl? You said, Cardi and I love each other. That's why we fight so much. Is that your relationship with the gays? Girl, is that your relationship with the gays? Is that why you fight with us so much, girl? Because you really love us, girl. Girl. Remember what you said about Cardi? Cardi and I love each other. Okay? That's why we fight so much. So how you feel about the gays? Girl, I keep a receipt. I keep a receipt, girl. You swear you do, but I do, girl. I do, honey. I keep a receipt, girl. Girl, remember when you said that? And so is that your relationship with a guy? Is that your relationship with us? Like, you fight us so much because you really love us? You really love us? Because whatever. So here, flip. So Tasha, yes, I said dethroned. And I said dethroned because you are no longer the most famous, infamous person on YouTube to be sued by a celebrity. Ha ha ha. Look at this. Looky. Nicki Minaj sues Nosey Heaux. Girl, Tasha, you're mad. You're mad. And you're mad that the lawsuit is lower than yours. Girl, you're mad. You're upset that now she about to take your spot. And you don't appreciate all this full free promotion that Nosey about to get off Nicki Minaj. Oh, girl, you do not appreciate all this, girl, because Rolling Stones ain't call you, big. Rolling Stones ain't call you, big. Well, you got sued by Cardi. What the Rolling City girl? Boom. So are you mad? Are you mad, girl? Are you mad? So yeah, dethroned. Yeah. I ain't talking about you being none the queen of YouTube. You and them crumbs can be that. If you feel like you the queen, go on transgender girl. I'm not even about to argue with you, fools. But you are known for getting, a mega star. You say she's a 2-year star. And all this whatever. You got sued by Cardi, right? And now Nosey's getting sued by Nicki. So that lawsuit thrown, yeah, you got to get off that. Yeah, you got dethroned, transgender girl. Are you really gonna girl get Cardi to sue you again or something, girl? Because are you really gonna let Nosey dethrone you with a lawsuit, girl? Because I know you've been out here picking again. I've been seeing you. I have been picking you. I've been seeing it, girl. So are you proud? Are you pressed? Are you pressed? I feel like Nosey about to dethrone you, transgender girl. Her number's shooting up. She going up in the thousands. Girl, what are you going to do? What is your plan? What is your plan, transgender? Girl, what you gonna do? Girl, she is coming for your spot. She is coming for your spot. After you set this trend for people to get sued. You did this. You did this. Thanks. You did this, transgender. Girl, you did it. And I know he's about to take your lawsuit spot, and you do not appreciate that. You do not appreciate that. So that's why you've been coming forward trying to be shady. Now we're gonna get into your shade, Tasha, because you've been being shady, girl. Because I feel like you have a problem with Nosey Heaux getting sued by Onika. You don't like this girl. You don't like this girl. You don't like you don't like it, Tasha. But eat it up, girl. Eat it up. So yeah, let's get into how you about to get dethroned. Let's get into it. Now TMZ, the white people, because y'all know, people for some reason don't believe in unless TMZ said. Because y'all know we ain't gonna believe shit Tasha say. Girl, Tasha, you could have came and told us this shit last night, and I still wouldn't believe it until today. So Nicki Minaj sues Nosey Heaux. Yes, she does. She says that I am no schnain head. Okay. Now, Nicki Minaj right here says, Nicki Minaj just tweeted about the lawsuit, making it clear she isn't playing around and will take over the blogs talking smack. Oh, Nicki's quote, Nicki says, now let's hope the people you guys are doing all this dirty work for love you enough to hire top-notch lawyers for you to pay your bills once I own your blogs, your shows, those IG pages y'all tried to protect so bad. Couple artists in the folder too. Artists. I'll own your publishing duds. Oh my goodness. Remy Ma. Girl, you better see what part of Africa Tasha over there lying about she moved to, girl. You better get over there, girl. See if there's a hut. See if there's a hut over there for you too, girl. I don't know. I don't know, Remy, girl. You might be in that folder. Girl, sheep to this. Sheep to this. I don't know. So now this is getting spicy. Okay. It's getting spicy because this kind of just came out of nowhere. Like when Transrena, when she got sued, it was a lead up. Cardi was sitting over there like, look, stop talking about me. Stop dead ass. Stop talking about me. Dead ass. That's how Cardi came over there. And Transrena was just like, oh no, you didn't. So, Transrena, she kept going. And then, what happened after that? So there was warning, because Transrena got a big mouth. So she was coming forward letting us know, like, look, Cardi, I wiped my, all this. So we knew that something was brewing. But with Nosey Heaux, this kind of just came out of nowhere. It just kind of came like out of left field. So it is that's why I feel like so many people are shocked and surprised by it, because there was no like prelude like it was with Tasha. With Tasha, there was an intro track. There was an intro track with Tasha. So with Tasha, we got a little preview of the 3.8 million. We got a little preview of the, this $3.8 million of music that Tasha was about to create in court. So, hair flip. So it started off at 75,000, just like it did with Nicki Minaj right here and Nosey Heaux Live. I believe Nicki did it for 75,000, so she could go to federal court. I'm assuming because it has to be at least 75,000. So I don't know what's going on with that exactly, because Nosey has stated that she still has not been served. So with her not being served, but it's fairly new, so it takes time for those things to happen. But let's get back into this article. Let's get back into it. So Nicki Minaj is making one thing very clear. She and her legal team won't put up with social media accounts making wild statements about her, and now she's filed a lawsuit. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Nicki claims a woman named Marley Green. Now, I'm saying Nosey's name because it is everywhere. So that and when lawsuits and stuff come out, your name is going to be public anyway. No different than with Trans Rena. When she got sued, it said her whole government. It's her whole government name because you're part of the lawsuit. So that's the only reason why, because it's everywhere. Like, it's literally plastered everywhere. So I'm not doxing Nosey. Her name is everywhere. Like, literally every article page, everywhere you go, it literally says her government name. So I am not doxing her. I just want that to be stated. I'm just stating that it's public record now. So I'm just saying, so different. If I was getting sued, people would be saying my real name, and I would be cool with that. Just because, like, hey, it's right there. It's everywhere. So I would expect, you to say it. So, but yeah, so I just want to, no disrespect. But anyways, so according to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Nicki claims a woman named, just said her name, who goes by the social media persona Nosey Heaux, posted a video Monday talking about Nicki, in which she alleges said Nicki is shoving all this shoving all this up her nose, allegedly. Thank you, allegedly. But we all know it's true. Listen, I can't even say allegedly with this because we all know it's true. I'm not saying allegedly on that. Nicki Minaj is a schname head, okay? So with Nosey's stating what she stated, this is what I'm assuming Nicki's using as what made her sue now, because I feel like a lot of people are stating like why is she doing it now if Nosey has been saying certain things about her for over a year, years, at this point. So it's just like, well, why now? So whatever, this is what they're saying Nosey just recently said about Nicki. So this is what Nicki's saying, like, look, this what she just said as of recently, but there's more. Is what she's saying. This is a consistent thing, is what I feel like Nicki's trying to show. So that's why, because I see a lot of people saying like, why now? I feel like that's, get them while you can. I don't know. So you would have to ask Nicki that. But when a person's tired of something, they're tired of it. So it's that simple. So the video is right here. I'm not gonna play it because it's a lot stated in the video, and I'm not. I don't know. I just don't want people to, because I feel like a lot of y'all have heard it already. If you haven't heard it already, I would say like pretty much everyone that's sharing it is sharing these clips. So with that being said, Nosey has said some things about Nicki Minaj and her child. And I feel like that those are the main things from what I see Nicki is suing her for. The more so that it's like her speaking of her whole family is what is the bigger picture, because Nicki states those things, I believe, in the court documents. But what really gets Nicki is the comments about her child and her, but more so her child. I feel like that's what she's trying to push. Now, Nosey Heaux was live earlier on Clubhouse, and Nosey stated that she stands on what she had to say. So with her standing on it, that's why I said there's really no reason for me to play it. And I'm not defending something somebody is standing on. What am I defending? You would have to talk to her. It's how I feel about that. I've never said anything about the woman's child. I don't talk about people's kids. I try to keep them as off limits as possible. Even when my minds are being brought up. But I'm also not the type of person that's literally gonna go around. I'll speak for somebody I feel that doesn't speak for themselves. Okay. Now, case in point, I ain't made no video or nothing like that or speaking on what other people have stated about Papa Bear because one, I feel like it's discouraging. A lot of people don't like to hear negative things, especially being said about innocent children. A lot of people don't like hearing, things like that. So I steer away from those type of topics. But with people like Nosey Heaux, if she chooses to speak on them, then she chooses to speak on them. And how she chooses to relate whatever energy she is trying to relate, you would have to question her about it. That has nothing to do with me. And when I said earlier, case in point, Nicki Minaj, I feel is somebody that can speak for herself. She jumps in comments and stuff all the time, on whatnot, no different than a Cardi B, and stuff like that. They jump in comments all the time, coming at things that they ain't feeling or things that people are saying. They do it all the time. So to me, they can defend themselves. So I made a video about Blue Ivy in defense of her and negative comments that other people have stated about her looks and things of that nature. Beyonce does not come forward and say anything about when people say negative things about her children. She really don't come forward at all, and say anything about really anything. But especially on negative comments about her children, she doesn't speak, on stuff. She doesn't. So I feel like me making a video for Blue Ivy and defending Blue Ivy for, her parents, because Jay-Z the same way. He don't speak on anything like that either. He not jumping in comments when people saying stuff about his children, and Beyonce ain't jumping in comments when people say she don't do that, and neither does Jay-Z. They steer clear, from responding and things like that. So I feel like having their back is a little different than having somebody's back that they can come and cuss somebody out or call them out their name, because Cardi do it, Nicki do it, a lot of the rappers do. Mulatto, Megan, all of them do it. The City Girls, they jump in comments and call people ugly and call them this and call them that and other. Okay, well, if somebody's talking about your son, I feel that if you see that comment, go check them. Like you would check anybody else when they're saying something in comments about you. Whatever poke you enough to make you feel like you need to respond, anything about your children, I feel like you need to be doing that too. I don't have time to be sitting out here defending people that can defend themselves. That literally can. Like that's selective outrage, to me. Because I feel like if you're going to be vocal about anything, I will always be vocal about my children. And I definitely am. So I'm too busy out here defending my kids to be worried about Nicki's kid, is how I'm feeling. No, I don't think negative things should be said about children at all. But there are plenty of people going out here doing it. So if I'm going to call out one, I feel like I got to call them all out. And that's a lot of calling out. A lot of calling out, because I'm not biased. People can sit there and chat and hear other people call other people's children ugly and all of that stuff, and they still support them. But then they say something about your faves, and then all of a sudden it's the issue. No, it should always be an issue. Nobody's kids should be being discussed, especially in a negative tone, saying anything bad about them. Nobody's child deserves that. They are innocent. And as being a parent, you want to do everything in your power to protect your kid. You want to protect them. So that's why I said I'm not knocking Nicki if she feels like I want to protect my son from what she goes around and say. I can't knock her for that. And if Nosey feel like I'm going to say what I want to say, I can't knock her for that either. Like, I can't knock her for that. Like I said, I'm too busy defending my kids. Because somebody can come for my kids right now and it's going to be crickets with Nicki. She's not going to care because she's going to be too worried about what people saying about Papa Bear. As she should. As she should. I'm too busy worried about my children. Because when somebody comes for mine, I'm on the front line. So I'm not about to be on the front line for somebody else's children. I got my own. I got my own kids to be worried about. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Worry about my kids. And like I said, when people talk about children, it's discouraging to me. I don't like it. It makes me like, I don't like the feeling that it gives me, to hear. So that's why I'm not going to play the clip, because I don't care to hear it. Nicki heard it. She didn't like it. And she's choosing to do something about it. I can't knock either for it. Nosey says she stands on what she said. So if you have a problem with what she said, then that's something that you will have to go talk to her about. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, at all. I mean, I just find people weird. Like, well, if you support Nosey, then you support what she said. No, I don't. I'm not over there in her videos kicking and she's sitting over there talking about somebody's children. This is information that was brought to me. I had no idea that she said it because, like I said, I wouldn't support it. I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, this ain't the lie for me. And, and I just dip out. But I don't need to cuss her out. Or cuss her out for what? Like, that ain't my kid. Now, she sit over there talking about my child. You know, it's me and her. But she don't here talking about my child. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what you want me to do? Like, she's an adult. You know, Nicki heard it. The Papa Bear's mother heard it, and now she gonna do what she feel like she need to do. It is what it is. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how I view it. I'm too worried about protecting my cubs, you know, to be worried about somebody else's. So, and I feel like people should do that all the time. Not just it's because it's your fave, like being discussed. No child should be being discussed. You shouldn't support that at all. I would check clean out when somebody starts talking about kids. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I mean, imagine that innocent child sitting there hearing all this crazy stuff you're saying about them. It's just like, why would you talk about me like that? Like, I don't even know you. And you have all of this just grotesque things to say about me. You know, so it's just like, what did I do? Like, it's an innocent baby. You know, like, he is innocent. So like I said, with his mother reacting, how she's reacting, I can't tell Nicki what to do. And I wouldn't. If you feel like you want to sue Nosey for what she said about your child and other things, if Nosey feels like she wants to sue Nicki because of what her reasons, her being threatened and, you know, things in that nature, Nosey's entitled to that. I mean, I can't tell her not to sue Nicki. Why would I tell her no? Okay, you gonna sue Nicki? Okay, girl. Well, I'm praying for you, because that could be really stressful, you know. So I wasn't trying to get no clout from Nosey. I reached out to her, you know, and I let her know, like, hey, I'm glad you got somebody that's there for you, because these can be really stressful times, you know. It can be a lot to deal with all at once, you know, because people don't realize how heavy the social media world gets, especially as a content creator. So this is a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight for a person to carry. A lawsuit by somebody as powerful, you know, as a Nicki Minaj. So, I mean, that's just me being real. But let's get into this down here. While the legal docs call Green a nobody, now that the legal docs says, so I'm assuming Nicki and her team said that she's a nobody, and someone whose main accomplishments in life have been a string of criminal charges, bail jumping, and bad debts, they acknowledge her social media posts still have gained some traction, and the possibility people could believe what she says. Okay. Nicki's attorney, Judge Bernstein, states the Schneehead video on Twitter garnered more than 2,000 likes and more than 250 retweets, spanning a significant audience. Nicki's going after Nosey Heaux for defamation, claiming she's never used Schnee, and wants a jury to decide damages of no less than $75,000. Bernstein tells us this case is over. When this case is over, she will no longer be permitted to use the name Nosey Heaux, because we will take her trademark from her when she does not have enough money to pay the judgment. Anyone else who spreads lies about Nicki will suffer a similar fate. He continues, my marching orders are to aggressively sue anyone with media or social media following who damages her with intentional lies. Eventually, the lesson will be learned. So that's pretty heavy, Nick. That's pretty heavy. For them to say that they're going to take her trademark, when we done with her, she ain't going to have nothing. She ain't going to have nothing when we done with her. When we done, we taking everything. We coming for the blog, her name. We coming for that. After we done, you got to call yourself something else, girl. You going to have to call yourself Yosey Yo, like when we done with you, girl. Okay, you ain't going to be nosy no more when we done with you. You know, is what they're saying. Now, with the information thus far that has been displayed by Nicki with this lawsuit, if she's just going off of these two videos, of this one and this one, if she's just going off of these videos, then her case is weak. Her case is weak. If it, because that is more so of an opinion, you know, at that point. It's not her literally stating that she knows for a fact, you know, she's not like, I have irrefutable proof. I'm about to interview somebody right now that has seen Nicki do ... You know, so to me, that's not enough. You know, so I'm assuming Nicki has way more, is what I'm assuming. Because just those two videos is not enough. That is not enough. So with people saying that Nicki's case is weak and that she won't win, or vice versa, that Nosey's case, you know, with the threats and whatnot, her case against Nicki, she won't win. I don't know. It depends on what they bring to the table. It because with just these two videos, this isn't enough. It's not enough, honestly, because it's more so of it's an opinion. It's not her stating like, I know for a fact, I watched, none of that. I was in her house and saw, I was in her car and in the armrest there was, you know, it's nothing like that. It's just more so of a, you know, because if you listen to the video, that's, you hear it, you know, you hear her talk about it, you know, but that's what I'm just saying. I think Nicki has more. I think she would have to, because to me that's just not enough. Like, you would need more for like literal defamation. $75,000 just because you went forward and said that somebody does Schname. I just don't see that. I just don't see it, because people state things like that about celebrities all the time. And like Nicki's lawyer said, that there's going to be more people. You know, it's not just, you know, Nosey. There are other people. So when people state that, oh well, this person has said worse things about Papa Bear than Nicki Minaj, well, it doesn't mean that those people aren't going to be sued. It doesn't mean that. That's all I'm saying. It does mean that they're not getting sued as well, because Nicki told her lawyer to pursue anyone on social media that is doing certain things, especially like blatant lies, you know, or whatever. So slanderous, you know, things, defaming things. So if there are other people that are going around stating even worse than Nosey has stated, then Nicki, it sounds as if that her attorneys got their bullseye on those people too. You know, that is not just Nosey. You know, she's just the first of more, is what it's sounding like. I don't know that, but that's what it's definitely given. If you listen to this part, where's that bottom? Hold on, let me get to it. Right here. He continues, her lawyer, Nicki's lawyer. My marching orders are to aggressively sue anyone with media or social media following who damages her with intentional lies. Eventually, the lesson will be learned. So it sounds like she's going after more people, you know, as well. It doesn't sound like it's just Nosey. So if other people have stated certain things about Nicki, then they about to get their day too, I guess, because they said they're being aggressive about it, meaning like right away, like how she followed Nosey, then boom, you go lawsuit that quick, you know, type of situation. So it's like, I guess she's gonna be doing it with other people too. That it's just gonna be like boom. But let's get into when this was starting, because people were sending me this as it was going down. So Nicki posted on IG, I think it was IG, yes. Yeah, she says, oop, not a string of criminal charges, bail jumping, and bad debts. Child, wait till y'all see. Okay, so she's talking about Nosey Heaux. And then Nicki says, here, you dudes can all thank Nosey's name. It's going down. So she's saying that you duds can, so duds as plural, meaning more than one. Sherelle's World, I think Sherelle's World may definitely be on that list. I think Sherelle's World will probably be on that list as well. I do not now it's turned into a circus. I cannot. But yeah, there's a string of people that Nicki is planning on suing, from what it sounds like. And I don't think that she cares. Oh yeah, Jason Lee is high on the totem pole. Jason Lee is high on the totem pole. I think that I don't know if she really even cares if she wins or loses. She may just be suing to get, you know, certain things done. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I think it's definitely deep. It's definitely deep. If she feels the need to sue Nosey, it's for, like I said, I can't blame her. Ooh, not Sherelle's World, stay in court. My girl, they stay with a cute little lawsuit. Nosey Heaux criminal. She admitted to be bipolar. Not surprised. She wants a come up. Now she wants to come up. I mean, is it a come up if Nicki decided to sue her though? You gotta think about that. Because this is full free promotion. Nosey's number is going up like whoa. Like she's going up by thousands and whatnot on Clubhouse, on Instagram, on YouTube. Her numbers are going up and up and up and up and up and up. So how is it her wanting a come up if Nicki decided to sue her? No, Nicki's giving her a come up. It's no different than with Cardi. Cardi was still giving Tasha a come up, was suing her. That's still a come up. It definitely is. That's a lot of free clout. A lot of free clout. Yes, Nicki is giving her life, like literally. Literally, Nicki is breathing life, a new life into Nosey Heaux. She absolutely is. So, yeah, that's full. That's that type of promotion you can't buy. You can't even buy that type of promotion. As a blogger, you can't even buy it, especially being sued by somebody that big. Nicki's huge. Nicki's huge. So all of Nosey's numbers will go up. All of them. They will. So if she, right, it's free promotion, right? That's what I said. This is the type of promotion you can't buy. Like this is because she's going to grow, and she's going to grow in the thousands. She's going to skyrocket up. She's going to the more look at all of the publications that are sharing her. So she's getting all of this promotion. Page Six, Rolling Stone, TMZ, Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk. She is everywhere, everywhere. Boss, I mean, she's everywhere. So she's being New York Times posted about it as well. So she's everywhere. So with her being everywhere, she's gonna grow rapidly. But Nosey Heaux, I did watch some of her live earlier. I was trying to catch it, and I noticed that Nosey Heaux stated that Jennifer Huff is the reason Nicki Minaj is suing her. I would agree. I would agree. And the reason why I would agree is because, well, I can't be biased about it. So I'm going to tell it okay. Let me ask y'all this question. Like a real question. If Nicki's husband, if she didn't get with Kenneth, if she never got with him, what he did would not have mattered. And that's just being real. Okay, to a lot of people, because there are a lot of people out there that have committed the same crime, yet nobody's live canceling them. Ain't nobody looking up and looking into the database to find these people so we can alert the public, and all of that. So it is selective. It is so much selective. It's not like there's not other people that have done, this same alleged crime. So, but because he's with Nicki, it's magnified. That's why Jennifer, as a victim, magnified, because of who he's with, because she's always been a victim, but she's never gotten this much attention for being one. She's never gotten it. So this was different. Like this was a different type of energy. So with that being said, with Nosey pushing the interview with Jennifer when not like literally pushing her, but like literally promoting it, doing hashtags, and all of that stuff about Nicki's husband, with her, pushing the hashtags and all of that and pushing, more people started to discuss it, and the word really got out. The word got so big to where Jennifer came on The Real, and with Jennifer coming on The Real, that all stemmed back from Nosey Heaux. It absolutely did. If not for Nosey Heaux, Jennifer would have not gotten the push that she got. Nosey gave the story traction. She did. She gave the story a lot of traction, to where it got so much traction to where Jen was on The Real. Now, Nicki Minaj and Garcelle are into it, right? If Nosey wouldn't have pushed the story like she did to get it as big as it got, Nicki and Garcelle would have never had a problem. Nosey made Nicki fall out with Garcelle. Are we keeping up? So when Nicki cussed Garcelle out the other day, Nosey came forward and did a video about it. That same video is what made Nicki sue her. Like what made Nicki follow her after and whatnot, and then boom, lawsuit. It was the same video, and she was talking about Nicki and Garcelle and defending Garcelle. So I don't know if Nicki was feeling some type of way. Like, girl, if not for you, I wouldn't even be in tour with her. Nicki know where Jennifer and her story getting out started, and she knows it started with Nosey. Because again, if Nosey would have never had Jennifer like on her platform and did such a good job pushing the story to where a bunch of other blogs and everything started to pick it up, were crediting her for it and everything, eventually Jen got it on the reel. Eventually she got Tyrone Fisher, or whatever his name is, Tyrone whatever, the lawyer, you know, and whatnot. All of that was because of Nosey. So if Nosey would have brought Jennifer on, the real wouldn't have none of that. None of that stuff would have happened because nobody else pushed her story like Nosey Heaux did. So, I mean, and it kind of just went from there, you know, like YouTube bound, because it always was, Nosey was always somewhere in the picture, you know, when it came to this Jennifer situation. Now I know other people, because especially when Kenneth first got with Nicki, there was all type of people covering it. There absolutely was. Daytime, Tasha K, it was plenty of people, all type of different sectors and stuff like that. So I'm not saying like Nosey literally started it. I'm saying she the one who gave it the traction it needed to get to where it is now, like onto the reel and all of that. If not for Nosey, it wouldn't have. She really pushed that story. She did a good job, you know, pushing the story, raising real awareness for, you know, a situation. She absolutely did. She did that. Gotta give it to her. So, and that's where Nicki's problem started with Garcelle, when Garcelle and, you know, Adrian and them interviewed Jennifer Huff. Nicki had a problem with that. She didn't like that. Okay. And then another thing with Nosey Heaux, what I think another thing Nicki's looking at is, again, whatever happened with Kenneth and Jennifer, he paid for it. He went to prison, all of that stuff. So what people like, and I think some people overlook it, I don't, and like I said, I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to be biased to talk about it. When it comes to Kenneth Petty and the whole situation with Nosey Heaux and others that really pushed that, you know, Kenneth is a this, Kenneth is a that, Kenneth is a this, he's a that type of situation, the people that were doing that are realizing that you're attacking someone that already paid for his crime. So it's not like Kenneth got away with it and didn't go to prison or anything like that, and the suspect is pretty much still at large. We need to bring Jen's, you know, abuser to justice, you know, type of situation. That's not what the situation is given. Like, he's paid, you know, for certain things. So bringing a certain awareness to the situation, to me, is harassing him. It is. I mean, if you think about it, what he did, he paid for, and it happened, you know, a while back. The only reason this is becoming a story and why people are blowing it up is because he's dating Nicki. Because people could have been doing all of this beforehand, because it happened in the 90s. So people could have been talking about this story and whatnot, doing their thing. But to most of the world, Kenneth didn't matter until he got with Nicki. So what allegedly happened between him and Jennifer did not matter as much. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, it wasn't like worldwide until he got with Nicki. So the people that don't like Nicki and whatnot are attacking him, her husband, through something he already paid for. So it's not like we need to bring him into justice. He needs to go to jail. He already did. Like, all of that stuff already happened. So to bring that much negative attention to the situation is to do it because you don't like Nicki. That's just, I mean, I've just got to be real, like, about it. Like, I just want to be unbiased. I just feel like that's why people put so much energy towards, just because you're with Nicki, what you did was horrible. Oh, Nicki, you with this or that. It's just to hate her. When it's like if he did it, whatever. I'm gonna get into that. But he paid for it. So with him paying for it, I feel like the attention that's being brought to it is like the awareness that's being brought to this. Besides the fact that Jennifer said that she was being contacted by people that she didn't want to be contacted about, that's what I thought it was about. Honestly. Because what happened. You know, and unfortunately can't take it back. So to make this like a big thing, you know, around him and try to cancel him to cancel Nicki, because that's what it's for. I mean, what is all this for if he's already paid for his crime? You know, I get it if he didn't. And people are bringing awareness to it because he needs to be apprehended. He still needs to go serve his time for what he did to her. I would get that. But that happened. So I feel like from jump, with Nicki being upset because people were interviewing Jennifer, I feel that she was upset about it because now it's publicizing something to make me look bad. That's just how I feel. Because it's like, again, it's not like this is something he got away with. He didn't get away with it. So it's like he can't go, it's like he's supposed to go to jail all over again, you know, because we're raising awareness to this. Does he go back? Or like what? What is the true awareness being raised here? Like what are we doing? Besides hearing a victim's story, what are we doing? So that's why it's certain things that I just couldn't get behind because I didn't understand it. So I'm like, what are we surviving him for? You know, like when people be like, oh, shit, there's hashtag surviving the petties. Well, I don't really know what that means. You know, because I mean, I don't, he can't re-go to jail or prison or whatnot. So I just didn't get what we were surviving. That's why I'm like, that's her choice. If she chooses to be with him, having that type of background, that's, what can I say about that? Like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. Then somebody say he's a M word. There are a lot of people out here that are dating M words. A lot of people that are dating M words. But it's not going to matter until they date somebody famous. So right now, somebody that you could be living right next door to somebody that committed an M word, and that ain't your problem. But let that person start dating your daughter or your cousin or your sister. Then all of a sudden it's your problem. It's like, ooh, girl, you know, he blah, blah, blah. You know, but while it doesn't affect you, people don't speak of things until they affect them. I mean, look at Larry Reid. Tasha burned a lot of people and had situations with a lot of people, but for some reason, he saw the good in her. Ooh, okay. So sometimes you just got to learn on your own and just be a learning lesson. So that's what I said. If she chooses to be with somebody like that, that's her decision. I'm not going to knock her for it. I'm not going to cuss her out for it. I'm not going to do any of those things. That's her decision. I don't have to deal with anything that she has to deal with. I don't have to deal with nothing. I don't have to worry about certain neighborhoods and certain things. I don't have to worry. None of that stuff is my stress. So if Nicki wants to be with the man that she has to worry about certain things like that about, that's her decision. Like, I just don't feel a reason for me to be angry with her for it. Like, I'm mad that you're with this person. Okay, I'm still mad and she's still with him. What did that solve? We're still at square one. Like, what? Yeah, you know. So, but if somebody else is like, I think they're horrible people, I think Nicki's a horrible person for doing that, I'm not going to knock y'all for that. I'm not, because that's your opinion. I mean, if you say survive the petties, huh? You say survive the petties. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing, you know, to do with me. You know, I just do my thing, you know, but somebody else that feels a certain way, they have the right to feel that way. You know, all of y'all are entitled to your own opinion. Like, don't feel like you're going to change mine. Don't feel like I have to change yours, because I'm not. I'm most definitely not. So yeah, but I'm going to drop the link. Lord, I'll be so scared to drop this link. I'm gonna drop the link for like because we're at an hour, so we're gonna do 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and we ghost 30 minutes, and we out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all come up and let me know how y'all feel. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your feelings. I'm not about to tell nobody how to feel. I'm not. Please don't come up here saying the M word. Oh Lord. Please don't come up here saying no M words. No M words. None. Don't even say mom. No M words. None of that stuff. I will leave. I will leave. I'll just end the live. I promise you. Please don't come up here doing a lot of cursing. You know, I don't mind here and there. If you just slip out, no big deal. But don't come up here talking like no sailor. Please don't. Because I will just end the live. But if you would like to come up, now we literally have 1 hour, so we got 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I'm not an um oh, she said in the comments. Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, girl. Well, hi, Tip West.
Hi, love. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is there an echo?
No.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I can see some of y'all are new here today. Welcome in. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Tilly.
However,
Hey,
I done
Sean.
had to give y'all plenty of warnings. Keep it cute in these comments, or you will get timed out, or you will get blocked by me. We've asked y'all several times. Some of y'all not getting it. So I'm here to tell y'all now. Thank y'all for coming to the Sean Davy Way Show. However, we understand y'all are passionate about your opinions. But again, keep it cute. Misspell the trigger words because we do not want Sean's channel to get demonetized or this show to get
Hi, Shantae.
demonetized for any reason. All
What's
right.
up?
So thank you, management. I'm out.
Shout out to management. Shout out to Tip West. But I have my banner up because I'm just making sure people are people. People are people. Okay, did we lose? Did we lose?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Sean. Okay, I just want to say really, really quick because I don't want to like hold it up too much. But I love your show. I just want to say that love, love, love your show. So real quick, the thing with the nosy host, I think that I don't really know if I'm gonna say Nicki Minaj should sue her or anything because I don't really, like you said, I don't really have no opinion in that. But I do think that she's a little bit rude and I like I said, I watch you all the time, but I went to her stream because I've been subscribed to you guys for a long time, but I don't never join panels or nothing. I just listen and I like to, just sit back and listen to the different opinions. So one night I went to her stream and I was like, I'm gonna, go ahead and click on. I feel like I'm in a good spirit. I want to, connect. So I had been listening to your stream that day earlier because you were discussing the Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears situation, and I pretty much was saying the things you were saying because I agree 100%. And she just like called me all type of bees and just said I was stupid because I'm taking up for the mother, and it was just like so tasteless. But that was my only opinion. I just feel like she a little bit tasteless. Like I do think she's funny. She's funny. Like she a kid, but she a little bit tasteless when it comes to certain things. And like you said, just some things you don't touch bases on, and you're not biased and you don't got nothing to say about it. But that's all I wanted to say. I love your show.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much for coming up, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming up. Shout out to Shantae. Hi, Shantae. Hi, Davina.
Hi.
Is
I
it
love you,
Davina?
Sean.
Hi.
Like, I just love you, honey. Like, I gotta say
Aw.
that you are very, very smart. I love your blogs. I actually came to you from watching all your Survivor shows. You are dead on point in everything. You do your
Oh, thank you.
research. So I appreciate that about you. The only thing I wanted to say when it comes to Nikki, I think that a lot of people forget that Nikki is a person. She has like her own issues that she probably doesn't talk about a lot. And you know, she can be a little petty, but I'm from South Side too, so I already know that she's a little gritty. That's just the way that, you know, we females had to come up, because guys never really gave us a chance. You know, we always gotta come out with the claws.
Right.
And as far as the thing with Kenny, I feel like Nicki knew what she was getting herself into when she started dating him. For the simple fact is, she knew his history. We all from the same hood. We all knew about it. And another thing, a lot of people don't know, it was out there before, because he was dating a bartender. I'm not going to say the bartender's name, because I'm pretty sure that she doesn't want anybody to like bring her out there again, because they had a whole back and forth on Instagram a couple of years ago. But, you know, really, she knew what she was getting into. I'm happy that she finally did get a guy and she's happy with somebody. But I just feel like she kind of knew what she was putting herself into by dating him, because she's a celebrity. And, you know, he had a reputation in the neighborhood. You know, he's not no lack. You know, he's a big homie. He's a Mac. And she knew what it was. You know, I think maybe the back and forth with Cardi, it went a little bit left. And, you know, they all got skeletons. We all got skeletons in our closet that we really don't want people to know about. But because she's in the limelight, it's going to come out. And unfortunately, you know, Nicki's going through it and she's going back and forth with everybody. And I'm hoping that at the end of the day, she could get back to putting out music, because she's a great artist. But it's taken away from her celebrity because she has to constantly defend her husband. I feel like he needs to apologize to this young lady. And then maybe people will look at it a lot differently, instead of just saying that she's lying, because Jenna's not lying. Yes, they were both young, but at the same time, you are a little bit more mature than Jen. Jen came from a foster family. And unfortunately, her family went against her. And so she's still living with the PTSD. And that's all I got to say about that. But other than that, Sean, your transgender voice had me crying. Oh my God. But I love you. Love the panel. I love everybody in the chat. And thank you for having me, baby.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for coming up.
Of course. Bye.
Hi, Miss Blue. Is it Davina?
Hey, Sean.
Hi.
I just want to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, my problem is that, you know, even if what Nosey say is problematic and everything else like that, there are people like Kaya that dog walk Nicki and her kid and her husband in the most vicious ways. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, how is Nosey the first person you sue? If Jen is a liar and ruined your life and you're ruining your husband's life and everything else like that, she should be the first person that you sue, not bloggers that gave this woman a platform, you know? And I just feel like there's just something wrong with that. And I feel like the coke and everything else that she said in there, I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that, but why wasn't Jen mentioned in this as well? Because that was, like you said, this is the key basis of why she did it. You know, this woman is supposed to be a liar. She's ruining y'all lives. She's suing y'all. Nosey ain't suing y'all for millions of dollars. Jen is. But you don't have, she went online saying that she's suing Jen. How did Nosey get ahead of Jen? I need Nicki to explain that. And not only that, while she's suing Nosey, her likes have power. When Nicki gives a like, is like an okay to keep going. And what they did for Harriet and what they're continuing to do to her and the nasty things they sent to her and everything else like that, and Nicki liking it and ha 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 ha. Why isn't anybody calling her out on that? Why she's suing bloggers, allowing her fan base to harass and dox and threaten, talking about, oh, I know where your nephew go to school and all that stuff like that. She actually liked posts like that, but then she wants to beat up on people talking about her son. You can't have it both ways. You have millions of followers catering to what you say and what you do. And she is actively, did anybody say anything about when she was liking those posts about Cardi's kid? Was she talking about what about my son then and everything else like that? I just feel like this is a two-way street, and Nicki, I think that everything is going to come out by with Nosey Heaux, not just because of all of this here, but her biggest blog that she unblocked and added on, she was on Nosey Ho's live threatening Jen. Kenneth Petty's family was on Nosey Ho live threatening Jen. You think that you want to take all of this to court knowing that Nosey has all of this video evidence of people that you condoned and accepted and liked, knowing that they're doing things to your husband's victim. What that say about Nicki? She's been online for 48 plus hours defaming people. But now she want to sue? Just because you subbing don't mean you're not defaming. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, Sean, for allowing me to speak and be on your panel. I love you, Hair Flip, and you have a great night.
You too. I love you too. Hi, Miss Blue. Thank you, Davina. Thank you so much, Davina. Hi,
Hello,
Miss Blue.
Sean. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem.
The only thing I want to say, I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible. That I didn't even know anything about the petty past or whatever until he got with Nicki. I look at it like this. So just like you said, if people weren't investigating this, if he was such a big name here and there and talking about it more and more, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. So I look at it like it's the notoriety that everybody's following. There, and you know what I'm saying? It's not even a following thing because I listen to all music. Honestly, I listen to more 90s than I do this music. But anyway, Nicki, they're going for Nicki because of Petty. Basically, if Nicki never got with Petty, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. So I look at it, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you with what you said. And thank you for having me, and good shows and good night.
Oh, thank you so much for coming up, sweetie. Shout out to Miss Blue. Hi, Shaddai. I'm sorry, I hate saying names wrong.
It's okay. It's Sade.
Oh, hi, Shaddai. Hi.
Hi, Sean. Hi.
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for coming up.
I'm good. How are you? I love your show. I absolutely been following you for a long time now. Oh my God, your surviving stories are just awesome. Um, you welcome. But I used to follow Nosy before everything went down with her a while back. So I remember this verbatim, and I think that, and like you say, you got to be biased. But at the end of the day, I think with Nicki, that she set herself up for that because when she was on her own, blog and was talking about how the girl was, white and everything like that, and then the girl she didn't even want to come out. She didn't want to come out. The Barbs found her. They found her. Somebody found her, and they, were threatening her and her family. So I think that for her, that she didn't want to, she wanted to, keep it quiet, and stay in her own, peace in her own lane. And for them to resurface this and to find her now, she has to deal with this publicly all over again. And it's a wound that had to be open all over again. So I think that for Nicki, that because she is a celebrity, that when you get in these relationships or marriages, you have to protect yourself. Even if the person has a past and you love them, you got to think about what my future will look like when people find out their past. So I feel bad for everyone around in that situation because it's a hard situation and a hard pill to swallow. And I believe that she's been following Nosy for a long time now, and she knew what she was going to do. And the thing about it is that just like they said, Jason Lee was on her also. So I believe it's just going to be a few people that she's coming after. It's whether it's going to stick or not, because it's not a fake story. It's really true.
Right. And like I said, with Nicki, I don't think she cares if she wins or loses. I think it's more so of she wants people to take her serious. I honestly, and we also don't know what's in the court docs fully.
Yes.
Nosey Heaux says she has not been served yet. So until she's served, she doesn't fully know what Nicki's suing her for. The most she knows, just like we know, is that it's for defamation of character. But we don't know what she submitted. We have no idea. She could be suing her for all type of things. So we don't know. I mean, we won't know until we see. But I think that Nicki is going to throw as many things at Nosey as she can, so that because she knows everything isn't going to stick, but she's going to try to get some things to stick. Is how I feel. And the accusations about the Schno Schnein, Nicki already stated that she's willing to take a drug test. you know, and all of that. So certain things she's going to make sure stick. So I don't know. We will definitely see how it unfolds. But as of now, a full Nicki winning the whole 75,000, I don't necessarily see it. But like I said, we don't know what's in the docs. So until we know what's in the docs, then we can't really determine that. So she could have a strong case, because to us right now, it doesn't necessarily seem as like a strong case, like how Cardi's was against Tasha,
Yeah.
especially with Cardi asking Tasha repeatedly outside, you know, in DMs, like outside of social media, not like literally on a post or something. No, DMing you personally and asking you to remove certain things. So you know, it was a process. You know, like I said with Cardi, with Cardi and Tasha K. But with Nosey Heaux and Nicki Minaj, it kind of just seems like a overnight, you know, type of situation. We knew that Tasha had Cardi's attention, but we didn't know until basically yesterday or the day before yesterday that Nosey Heaux even had Nicki Minaj's attention. So I don't know. And then someone brought up one of the people that came up on the panel brought up the things that Kaya and other people state about Nicki. Nicki did state that there's artists that she plans on suing, and that there are other other bloggers and whatnot. So Kaya could be one of those people. You know, so just because if you know that these people speak ill of Nicki, then she knows too. So if
Yeah.
she knows that Nosey was over there saying what she was saying, then she knows that Kaya's saying what she's saying, and so on and so forth. So she knows that stuff too. So she chose Nosey. She chose it for a reason. You know, like she was very specific. You know, in choosing Nosey, that was
Yeah.
for a reason. So, and then you got to think too, when you come for somebody's kid, when you get protective over your child, it's a different type of I'm going to protect you. You know, you will do anything. You know, most parents will do anything to protect their child. And
Definitely
what
will.
Nosey has said, like I said, she's entitled to whatever she's going to say and has said. But to Nicki, if she took it to heart, what Nosey said about her kid, I can't knock Nicki for that. I can't. Just like with Nicki, I didn't see how she could knock Garcelle for Garcelle trying to protect her kid, when it's like, Nicki, you would do the same thing. You know, so like that's how I didn't agree with that. I'm like, well, Nicki, no, because you will protect Papa Bear. That's why I say, well, Nicki, it doesn't make sense for you to go live and cuss Garcelle out and say that, oh, well, what about my son? And girl, we don't care about your son. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Okay, well, people can say the same thing about you. If you can't take the heat, Nicki, get out the kitchen. If you can't take somebody coming for your kid, because to me, that doesn't make sense. You're on Queen Radio cussing Garcelle out and basically saying F her son and how she feels about her son. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. But then you want to come and say that you're suing this person because of what they said about your son. That doesn't
Don't
make sense.
it don't balance out.
It doesn't
It
matter.
don't.
It doesn't.
No, because you know what? I think that sometimes when they get this celebrity status, they feel like I'm above and beyond. And I got, they have feelings too. I get it. But, she also has feelings too about her own child. And that's not right that it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You telling her not to be protective over her child, but you're going to be protective over yours. Like, no, like that's not right at all. And they saying that the son is grown. It don't matter how. Let me tell you something. I got
It
a grown
doesn't.
kid.
It
I got a
doesn't.
grown kid right now,
Yeah,
and if somebody come up against my grown kid, guess what?
absolutely.
You
It's going to
coming
be
up
a
against
problem.
me. You coming up
Absolutely.
against me.
It's very so much going to be a problem. And
I
even
don't
more reason
care.
for Nicki to have not said anything about Garcelle's son. She should have just left Garcelle. Whatever else she has to say about Garcelle, whatever. It is what it is. But to bring up a situation of her defending her son and basically coming at her for defending her son, like it wouldn't matter if he was grown. And as far as I check, isn't he like what, like 15 or 16? That's not grown. Isn't he like what? 14. 14. Danny B says 14. My fault, I was off. 14. So yeah, he's not grown.
He's not grown.
So, and it doesn't matter. A child is a child. A kid is a kid. And you have,
They-
it doesn't matter if your kid get grown. You still have the right to defend your kid. Like,
That's right.
because you're going to.
That's
You
right.
don't ever stop being a parent. When you leave this earth is when you're done. Other than that, as long as I'm here, that's my cub. I'm going to protect it. I don't care if it's 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. I'm still going to protect it. Like, it's that simple. There's not a point to where you stop. You care about your kid less. No, you just care about them more and more and more and more and more. So it's like that's the thing about it. So even more reason for Nicki to have left that part out. Like if she just had a problem with Garcelle interviewing Jennifer, fine. I don't have nothing to say about that. My problem is bringing up her kid. Like, no, don't bring up her kid because you won't want somebody to talk about your kid, Nicki. You won't want somebody coming after Papa Bear. Like, you wouldn't want that. And we can see she wouldn't because now she's suing Nosey for it. That's what I say. That does not balance. It doesn't balance. Like, that's all I'm saying. Nicki has a right to feel how she feels about Garcelle, but leave her kid out of it. You know, just like you feel, because Garcelle never said anything about your child. She never disrespected your kid or anything like that. Jennifer didn't go sit down on that show and disrespect your child. Nobody disrespected Papa Bear. Like, that did not happen. There are people literally online disrespecting Garcelle's kid. But none of those people, I should say, in that equation, disrespected Papa Bear. Nobody on the reel or anything like that. Nobody. That did not happen. She coming at people like they attack, like Garcelle and them sat on the reel cussing Papa Bear out. Like, no, they just bring up your baby. Like, girl, they want to talk about your child. At least not like that. Like, if he did come up, it wasn't negative. Like, they don't do that on that show. Like, they don't talk about children, especially negatively. So you live, like somebody, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that energy that she had for Garcelle should have been for Nosey, is how I feel. Like, for Nosey talking about your kid, you should be cussing her out like that. You know, not Garcelle. I'm like, what did Garcelle do? Because you can't be mad at Garcelle without being mad at Adrian and whoever else was sitting there during the interview. You got to be mad at everybody. You need to be mad at Tyrone, the lawyer. You need to be mad at everyone, not just Garcelle. Like, no, cuss them all out. I mean, if you really got a problem with it, cuss out all parties involved. Because all of them sat there. So
But
that makes sense.
She gonna pick and choose who she want to do that to. She gonna pick and choose. And with it's funny because with Nosey, how she been, you could tell she been watching the blogs anyway, because Armand and her, and how she'll drop certain hints that she knows about his blog, that he said things about her. So she's dropping hints that I'm coming for people eventually. But you know, it was like you knew eventually something was coming in. She just, and then lately it's like she seems like she is off, and God forgive me, like it does, because it's like she's really like, you know, when somebody, like I told you, and I was on the platform before with you, and I was telling you how Tasha seemed like she was obsessed with Cardi. Now I feel like this is Nicki's turn, and she's obsessed with these different people, and she's been watching them for a while, and so now she's gonna, you know,
Well,
come
I mean,
after
is it
them.
obsessed or fed up? I'm talking about the people she's suing, because as far as I know, it's just Nosey Heaux and Jason Lee. I don't
Well,
really know how to.
Jason Lee, I think that she is both with him, because with him, you got to remember he was friends with Cardi, so it's like I think that she was probably gunning for him for a while. She was waiting for that. She was waiting for that build up with him, and waiting for him to say the wrong thing that she thought, you know, think that it can hold up in court. But with Nosy, that's a good question. She might just be fed up because, you know, but Nosy is raw. We all know that. Like, she don't have no cut cards. When I say I watched her for the longest, no cut cards. Don't if she ain't got no cut cards about her business, she ain't got no cut cards about nobody else's business. And she willing to tell her own business. So she ain't got no cut cards about these celebrities' business too. And I feel like a lot of people, and see, I tell my friends all the time, I watch, you know, different YouTubers, because celebrities are regular people. And sometimes I think that us as normal working class people, that you could say, oh, you know, put them on a pedestal and be like, oh, well, they're this, that, and the third. No, but they're a regular person. They go through regular things like we do. And it's interesting to see what they go through, because we all go through the same different scenarios. So, you know, it's like some people want to be treated like they're above and beyond. And that's not, you know, that's not right. You know, they're regular people. If we can get a ticket, why can't they? If we can get locked up, why can't they? You know?
No, I get it. Absolutely get it. Hi, Hannah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I literally watch you all the time. You're so talented. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
So I'm studying. Like every time I study, I listen to you. I really enjoy your podcast or your channel just in general. So I just had a few questions for you.
Mhm.
So I know this isn't like a Nicki Cardi thing, but I've been following this for a bit. And when Cardi B sued um, the other female that was basically slandering her, everyone made it like like a black thing,
Uh-huh.
and everyone were bashing Cardi, saying that she's putting, just African Americans down. So I just wanted to ask you, what makes this different for Nicki Minaj? Is like, I think Cardi kind of like set the stage for, celebrities to be able to have a voice and do this. But with Nicki, it's kind of different. So I just wanted to get your perspective on that.
Oh no, absolutely. I put on my community feed that I feel that when Cardi B was suing, because people they get like really forgetful when
Yeah.
things end, especially when something's over with, that we're not in it anymore. So you don't see a lot what's being said, especially in the comments and stuff like that. But while the Tasha Cardi case especially was going on, there were a lot of black women that I saw more so pandering to Tasha just because she's black. And more so stating like, oh, y'all just want to see a black woman come down. Yeah, she attacking a black woman, and she done already said this and roaches and this and blah 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 blah. So I do feel that a lot of, because I never thought it was about race. I'm just like, what does Cardi's race have to do with her suing Tasha for sitting there saying the things that Tasha said and let Star Marie say? And they collectively came up. What does race have to do with that? Like, it really does not have anything to do with it. Like, I never got that, but she did get a lot of support for that. And then once the black card didn't work anymore, then she turned it into a machine. Notice Transrena. Notice how we haven't heard about that machine since the lawsuit ended. Since you came forward with that public announcement, that public service announcement, after losing the case, and you came forward talking about the rage against the machine, you ain't spoke about this machine since. Did you unplug it? Because I'm
Absolutely.
confused. 'Cause this machine was this machine is against me. And as a black woman, girl, this thing got nothing to do with you being black. I think the difference is that with Nicki being black, it can't be used. So since they can't say something else and be like, oh, well, do y'all really want Nosey to be sued or blah, 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 whoever's going to be in defense of her? Because once again, Tasha is a person that a lot of people don't like. And Nosey is too. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people love her, and a lot of people don't like her. So she got the same kind of, not like literally like Tasha. I don't think that they're like the same or anything like that. I think Tasha and Nosey are completely different from each other. I'm not comparing them, but I'm just saying the energy that certain people give them is kind of like either or. There's really no in the middles. It's a little bit of the in the middles to where people tread. It's like you either like Tasha or you don't. And it's the same thing with Nosey. It's like you either like Nosey or you don't. You either understand her humor and the things that she says and whatnot, or you don't. Because if you do understand it, then she's gonna rock with you. If you don't understand it, then she'll boot you. It's that simple. So it's like that's just her personality. She's very feisty, and whatnot. That's just what you're gonna get with her. So you either accept it or you don't. And she's very hot-headed and strong-willed. And it's the same thing with Tasha. Tasha's hot-headed. Tasha's strong-willed. So it's like they have that in common. Like Tasha didn't back down from Cardi. She took that lawsuit all the way to the lose. I feel like Nosey would do the same thing. Win, lose, or draw. She will go with Nicki all the way until the wheels fall off. She would do the same thing. I do. I feel that she would do the same thing. She's not afraid. Win, lose, or draw. She's absolutely okay with it. Like Nosey is very strong-willed. She's not just gonna falter. She's not gonna, she's not. She's not gonna retreat. She's not. She's gonna go back and forth. It's like she definitely is. So yeah, I think that since people can't use that as an excuse, because that's why they said it with Cardi, because that was just an excuse. Cardi's race had nothing to do with anything. Just like Tasha's race had nothing to do with anything. Nobody else introduced Star, so only Tasha. So yeah, go ahead.
Right. No, thanks for that perspective. So I was also wondering, do you think it'd be petty if Cardi B were to follow the nosy host, I believe her name is? Because I believe while this was happening, Nicki was putting all the battery in Tasha K's back, like, by following her and engaging and all of this. So what if Cardi followed her? What do you think the internet would do?
I don't know. I definitely feel like people would think that it was spiteful, just because of the timing. But I mean, she could. I mean, it doesn't sound as if her and Nicki are getting along right now. So anything for, I mean, and if because people are already trying to push this narrative that Nicki is copying off of Cardi. I'm sure everybody's heard that narrative that Nicki only suing because Cardi sued, and all of that. But we said from jump, all YouTubers were going around saying that with if Tasha loses this case, it could change a lot for the content creators, meaning that a lot of people could get sued more,
Yeah.
and whatnot. So yeah, I think that Cardi, if she followed her, I wouldn't blame her. I would say that. I wouldn't blame her, but I definitely think people would say that she only did it because Nicki's suing her. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so after this point, I'm done. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
So you were mentioning that folks are making this a huge deal because Nicki got with this guy, he did his time for what he did, and people just basically kind of shouldn't use it against him because there are people out here that do that and we overlook it. So I think the reason this is so significant that, I, as a, well, previous fan of hers, I think this is so significant because all she does for the most part is preach female empowerment, right? Her entire image was based off of encouraging young girls to stay in school, stay away from bad boys, just things that would keep African American females or just young women in general going, right? So when we're out of, no, I realize her, but when we're looking up to someone like that and we're taking her words and going with it, and then she gets with this person that basically violated another woman, like, we're all giving her the side. It's a huge deal because we don't know what to think anymore of her. Here's this person telling me to pursue my dreams and not stay away from guys like that, and she's with a guy like that. So I think that's kind of what makes it a huge deal.
Mhm.
And with the Nosey Hoax uh, thing, I basically think it's a witch hunt for just folks to forget what her husband did. And I think with Jennifer coming out and telling her story, it all started with basically Nicki just going on her platform and bringing her up. And then the media wanted to find out who she was. I kind of think that's what blew up the entire situation. I could be wrong, but as an African American female that once looked up to Nicki Minaj, it was just really sad to see that that was the person that she settled with, you know?
Yeah. And I get it. Like I said, with people that don't agree with who she's with, that's fine. Like I can't knock that. How I feel is I can't blame a person for falling in love. Love is truly blind. You never know who you are going to fall for, and you can't control it. There's no one, I mean, besides pursuing someone and falling in love with them eventually, if you bump into somebody and fall in love with that person you're bumping into, it's, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not knocking Nicki for being with Kenneth. Like I said, it's Nicki's decision. I'm not knocking her for that. I don't think Nicki's trying to erase what Kenneth did or didn't do or whatever. I don't think she's trying to do that because she can't. I think it's being publicized because of who she is. So I'm not agreeing with anything that he allegedly did to Jennifer. I'm not giving anybody that has done any crime, especially against someone. I'm not giving them a meal ticket, a free ticket, a ghetto pass. I'm not giving them any of that. I'm just saying that this is done on a day-to-day basis, and everybody's not being magnified for it, to where it's Instead of saying this is Nicki's husband, it's this is Nicki's husband, that blah, blah, blah. It's like whatever he did, it happened. He doesn't get to be Kenneth. He's a background. And that's unfortunate because it's not like, because he deserves whatever treatment. I'm not going to say treatment, whatever he got punishment wise for what allegedly happened. I feel that it's deserved. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room, and neither were you. So nobody's going to tell me anything different about what Jennifer said. I mean, it's just her story's her story, and I'm going to let her have that. Kenneth's story, I've never heard. I've never heard Kenneth's story. Kenneth has never said anything out of his own mouth, like literal telling you. And, and I guess there's, for certain reasons, due to court and how his papers and stuff is set up, he can't necessarily speak on it either, to protect the victim. He can't necessarily speak on it as well. So with that being said, it's being magnified again because he's with Nicki. Because there's, like I said, plenty of people that have done things like this, and it's not blown up this big. And it's wrong for everyone. Everyone should be canceled that has done anything like that in entertainment. Kenneth is not in entertainment. Like, Kenneth, he's not in entertainment. Like, what are y'all canceling him from? I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, like, he's like Nicki's husband, right? Like, I'm not saying that's his job. I'm just saying, like, what are we canceling him from? Like, what does he do? Like, is he he's not an actor, he's not a rapper. Like, he's none of those things. Like, so what are we canceling him from? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. You say what? Girl, bye-bye. Ugh, y'all always announce y'all exit. Girl, just leave. Girl, just leave. Girl, I didn't do Nosey no way. Nosey got this. If I'm getting sued, what Nosey gonna come forward and say? But her opinion. What are you talking about? What is that to defend? Like, what am I defending? I'm not disrespecting her, or anything like that. I don't have anything negative to say about Nosey. Like I said, Nicki's a parent. A lot of things she said about Nicki's child as a parent, I'm not about to sit here and act fake and make it seem like if that type of stuff was being said about my kid, that I probably, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know. But if Nicki feels like this is the way of protecting her kid from people saying certain things like that or whatever, that's between them. That's between them. If I got sued right now, which when Chris Stokes was threatening to sue me, Diddy was threatening to sue me, I took care of it. I don't need nobody to do anything for me, sweetie. No, I wouldn't need any defense. I would take care of it, just like Nosey's doing. She's taking care of it. Like, you bitches are weird. And I saw you sitting there. You sat there for 37 minutes. Aha! And I didn't even know you. See, girl, that's called the Lord. Because you sat here backstage, camera on, all of that. You looked a mess. The whole time I saw you sitting in a car, or something like that. I saw you. You sat backstage for 37 minutes. Follow these nuts. Like, girl, you sat backstage for like 30 minutes. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. You sat backstage for like good 30, so you kept coming in and out, back and forth, back and forth. You just sit there, looking stupid. Looking stupid. That's why you're pressed. I sat there for almost 40 minutes for you to bring me up. Did he left me backstage for not go tell Nosey that. Yep, I left you backstage for 40 minutes. Now. Now what? Now. Are you big mad? A little bit. Are you big mad? A little bit. So yeah, so yeah, she sat backstage for a very long time, y'all. She was very agitated. She been back here since or the hour mark, and we 38 minutes after that. Mm-hmm. And she was big pressed. Tell her to say I'm lying. Girl, you sat backstage for a long time. Just a dumb hoe. Nah, dyke on a bike. You sat backstage a lesbian for all of that time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. No, since she want to announce herself. Okay. Let's be honest. Dyke on a bike. You sat back there for a good 40 minutes. Hot. Outside, wherever you at. Yeah, you very so much did on that 10 speed. You very so much did and you're pressed. And you're mad about it. And you're mad about it. Nah. Ooh, y'all, she mad, girl. Are you little mad or big mad? Yes, Zyke on a bike. That's what she was giving. Zyke on a bike. Like, it's what she was giving. Like, it is what it is. Who's gonna check me? Like, girl, are you mad, girl? Are you mad? I'm leaving and I'm unsubscribing. I'll tell all the other 88,000. Sure, they're gonna miss you. Like, girl, you act like you leaving and 20,000 people coming with you. Who? These people ain't going nowhere. Girl, you can't go around here. Folks can't get it like me. Did it like me. Spit it like me. Like, girl, you tried it. Okay, I'll go tell the other 88,000 that you're leaving. Y'all act like when y'all leave, the number drop. Girl, you unsubscribe and the number don't do nothing. You think because it's at 88.3 that it's at 88.300? So you unsubscribe, it's going to drop back down to 2? I'm going to change his number. No, you're not. No, you're not. So, yeah, you tried it. So, a shout out to Transmarine Kiba for being uninvited as hell. And thank you, girl, because I want people thinking that I got your number, nothing like that. You still have me blocked on IG, all of that stuff, right? We still hate each other, right? Okay, Transmarine, let the girls know we still hate each other. Let's let the girls know that I would trip you down a flight of stairs and you would trip me too. Don't have them thinking because I ain't with that flip, flop, and I don't do all that. So, girl, don't make them think that. Okay. So, let everybody know, girl, that you still don't like me and all these gaps. That you still don't like me. Okay? That is. Girl. Oh, Tasha, I was over there in Storm chat earlier, girl. I put some eyes in the chat, girl. Girl, I was just over there being nosy, girl. I told your son you said hi, girl. Girl, he missed you, girl. He can't help but to bring you up. He brought you up, girl. Tasha, guess what he said? Transmarine, sit back. Before we get out of here. Transmarine, girl, he said, he's trying to... he's trying to interview Nicki. Okay. He trying to interview Nicki, and he said if old girl don't get it first. Ooh, Transmarine, girl, he called you old girl. Y'all still don't like each other. Girl, he called you old girl. He did not say if my mama. He did not say that. He did not say that. He said that she don't give us an old girl first. I said, oh, she's an old girl. You can't call her Transmarine. You're not going to call her by her name. Like, you need to respect your mama. But, girl, he called you old girl. Transmarine, you just don't let him call you old girl? Oh, my God. Y'all need to fix that. Because, Tasha, you know you miss Stormisha, girl. And you know Stormisha over there missing you. His content horrible. He over there talking to Candy the yodeler, mouth of the South. And he think he did. We don't care about Candy. What's going on in that restaurant? Why people over there bleed and all of that? Why the ice $17? He asked none of the right questions, Transmarine. He ain't make her storm off like you do with your people in your interview. But yes, girl, I'll keep you updated on your son, girl. But I have to get out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I have to go. Until the next show. Thank you for all the super chats and everything, the liking, the subscribing, all of that stuff. I love y'all. I was supposed to be gone 13 minutes ago. I'll open up the panel again. Thank y'all all for coming up. I love y'all. Thank y'all for following the rules for the most part because I would have just hit in live. But my computer about to die and I don't know where my charger is. So I gotta go. So I love y'all. And until the next show.